Hear you better now.
All right. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the 10 to 2 podcast. You know what we do here. Right now, it's just me and Juju. Uh, Hopefully, Codename will be dropping in with us any moment now. But how was everything? How was your first time? Just running things.
Oh man, I don't know. It's so funny. Because I was like, I think this video is playing, and I was so sure, and I was like, oh my god. But it's an experience. You learn from it. Hopefully, next time will be a little bit better. Um, it's a lot. It's a lot to track and try to keep up with the conversation when you're actually engaged in the conversation. I think we probably went off on a couple of tangents as women do, but you know, all in all, I thought it was like a pretty cool conversation.
That's what's up. I listened. I didn't really watch it because I was like moving around. I had the earbuds in or whatever. But yeah, man, like I enjoyed it. Um, like you said, it's a learning process, like everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Code Name, she gonna get her turn too because I ain't gonna always be available. I try to be, but still, like I'm trying to figure out a way how I could do other things. So like in order to like kind of make some of the stuff I want to try work, I may
Right.
not be able to, what I'm saying, manage everything. I might have to, do something else on the side.
Right.
So, that's what I've been working on. But other than that, man, it's been it's been a I don't even know how to say it. It's been these past couple of weeks have been very reminding, of what we what we live in. Like I think sometimes, you can get caught up in work and
Yeah.
stuff going on that's kind of going good for you, and then something bad can happen to somebody else, and you're like, you know what, what I'm saying, like, and then it's like a situation where you could be like, yo, damn, I could see that happening in my life. You know what I'm saying? You don't want it to happen, but you can see how those type of situations could occur and how you relate, especially to somebody that you know. And you know what I'm saying? It just throws you off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah,
it's
it
it's
does.
it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's really crazy.
I definitely understand that.
So, I had to you can take me a break, you know what I'm saying, work on some stuff that will occupy my mind. Like these conversations, they're good, but sometimes I want to talk from a certain perspective.
And you can't do in this space.
Right. Or it's just some things that you can't talk about other than with the people that what I'm saying are
You
involved.
can talk about them, but yeah, I get it.
Right. Out of respect and stuff like that. So you know, and I wasn't able to communicate with them like I wanted to. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna, you know, just kind of, just think about the stuff to myself.
Hmm.
Call some people, talk to them about this Nolan Wells situation, just because that is crazy as well. And just check on everybody, especially all the people that I know who live lives where they could be in a similar situation as him. You know what I mean? Because I know quite a few people who, you know what I'm saying, like move like that. And,
Yeah.
at once upon a time, I was kind of there myself, you know.
Yeah.
So I definitely can see why
Yeah.
things look the way they are. And it's a lot of, how do I say this? It's a lot of fingers that could be pointed in the situation just due to what's the word? Lack of preparation to be in that situation. You know what I mean? Like you might have to find yourself in that situation if you want to move through life, but you better be prepared because like being great is already difficult within your own group.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then you're being great inside of a group in a place and in a group at the same time where you're not, even if you're cool with the circle that you're in, the group entirety probably don't like it. So,
Yeah.
you can't never lose. You can't never forget that, man. Never, ever, ever, never, ever forget that. So, you know,
Mm. That's
that's,
that was a hard one. That was a hard pill to swallow.
yeah,
Yeah, it
definitely,
definitely
definitely,
was.
yeah,
I had to take some time and space for that one. You know.
yeah. I mean, it's just been like a lot of, I don't know, it's a lot of weird stuff. Um,
Intentional.
and I dealt with something that was very, very weird too. That I kind of felt like at first I was like, it's weird. I was like, okay, I get it, but then like at the end, I was like, since stuff started happening, I'm like, well, I ain't gonna say that it was like that, but I did see a couple of things that were kind of weird. So like, I got called for a job interview. It was way before what I'm saying, this stuff had happened. Like when I
Mm-hmm.
first initially spoke to the person, but like the interview was on Juneteenth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking like, okay, well, most like institutions are closed. They was
Yeah.
like, nah, well, we gonna be here. So I go there, you know what I'm saying? I park my car, whatever. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they expected me to drive something different. Just because, first of all, it was me, and it was two people who didn't look like me. And since it was a holiday, I'm pretty much expecting won't nobody else there but us. But like
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, they just kept asking where was my car, which I found
Where
kind of
was your
weird.
car?
Yeah, which I found kind of weird because it was parked in a parking lot, but I drove my little hover around car, cheap on gas,
Yeah.
$10 can take me wherever I need to go. That's what I drove. So, but I guess maybe they won't expect me to drive it, so they just kind of like overlooked it in the parking lot. I'm not sure, but
Oh
like
man.
it was just weird how it just I was like, well, how'd you get here? I was like, I drove. You know what I'm saying? But like, how many times do I gotta
Tell
answer
you
the,
this.
answer the question about what I drove though? You know what I'm saying? Even if I
Right.
got dropped off, even if I got dropped off, that don't equate to the fact that I don't have a vehicle, so that shouldn't be a concern. Because you know what I'm saying? If I ain't had one, I would tell you. But it was just weird because at the end of the conversation, you know what I'm saying, we talked about the job, or whatever, everything sounded good. And I'm like locking it in, like, okay, well, regardless of how this goes, you're gonna reach out and let me know. You know what I'm saying? Whether you move forward with me or you don't. And I haven't heard anything. You know what I'm saying? And that was the 19th. I sent the email, I left a message, no response. And it was just weird. Like, right, I'm not accusing nobody or nothing, but
Huh.
I can see, because one thing I am good at is looking at things from different perspectives. I can see I gotta be careful how I say this. It just seemed really weird. You know, it's your day off. You don't even have to be there, but you're there. Then you call me in for an interview, you know what I'm saying, and talk to me nice, tell me you're gonna respond. I don't hear nothing back. Like, I mean, it could have just been like some sort of joke on me. You know
It
what I'm saying?
was.
So, it was just weird.
Because why you worried about what kind of car you driving? Because you want to go do something to the car? Why ain't nobody there? Can't nobody see nothing?
It was crazy, man. But the end, like other stuff happened, and like this, and then just like looking at stuff, I started like, just started looking around like, yo, it's a lot of unrelated things happening that could possibly be related, and I'm just like, man.
I would say take you a moment and reflect, because there are no coincidences.
Oh, I did, because like that bothered me more than anything. You know what I'm saying?
There
Like,
are no coincidences. I don't believe in that, not one bit.
but who I am as a person, I was just thinking like, well, maybe uh the type of job, maybe they wanted to see what I drive because they wanted to get an idea of who I was or something like that.
I
I
don't
don't.
know. Maybe I'm a pessimist, but is it not clear enough to us yet that we don't need to give anyone the benefit of our doubt? It's not safe. It
Right.
literally cost you your life.
That's why I never said what it was. I just said it's outside. That's all I said. Like, I mean, you asking the last
I would-
question I expected to ever hear on the interview.
right. And if someone asked me that, because of the fact, I've conducted interviews and I've been in interviews, I would immediately say I took an Uber. Because what? Why do you need to know?
All right.
You want? Is it for a parking pass? Hire me first. I don't give out my personal information until I have an offer letter. I'm not giving you my personal information. What are you talking about? You don't need to know what I'm driving. Are you crazy? Like, what is wrong with people?
I don't know. It was just really like it just stuck with me like the whole time. I had to do a demonstration. So, the whole time I'm like, doing my demonstration or whatever, it's just like in the back of my mind, like, well how do you want to know what I drive? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Because
That's
like
like,
I do a lot of different stuff. So like this wasn't like a job where I had to be well presented. This was more like a job where I'd be out in the field. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like doing hands-on stuff. So like I
Hmm.
don't know. I'm just trying to figure out like were they trying to see if I drove a pickup truck or what? But I wouldn't need a pickup truck for the job.
But if you were, why wouldn't they say that? Do you have a truck or a van for work? Because contractor work that requires that, ask. Because I've had to ask
Yeah.
people, do you have a white truck
Yeah.
or van? Like,
Yeah.
that's not, it's not, that was ill. That was ill intended.
Now what I'm saying is like I'm saying like I wouldn't even be required to like drive anywhere. It would be more like most of the people in that profession drive a truck type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
it would be like a I don't know. But most people in that profession probably would drive a truck. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they car guys. I'm not sure. But I was like, yeah, I drove. You know what I'm saying? I just left it alone. But he just asked at least 3 times. So, I was just trying to focus on, okay, well, what am I going to be doing? What do you need for me to do? You know what I'm saying? Let me show you what I can do so I can go ahead and get out of here because I don't know why you're here. You know what I'm saying? Like I sent them an email like, yo, well, are you sure you guys want to be there? Because, most stuff are closed. You know what I'm saying? Today. And he was like, yeah, we'll be here. I was like, all right. It just seemed weird to me. Like most people, why would you take an interview on your free day off? You ain't got to use no vacation time or nothing. But I don't know.
Don't ask me. I don't have nothing nice to say
Yeah. So it was just
at
weird.
all.
It was just weird, man.
At all. That's weird as fuck.
It is.
Like, that's weird.
Very. And I'm expecting, maybe they'll reach out and say, hey, man, you didn't get the position. I'd be like, okay, that's cool because I wasn't sure if I really wanted it anyway, but I didn't hear nothing. And that's what kind of made it really weird. Like,
That's the gag, though. You know, that's the gag.
Yeah, like nothing.
That's the gag.
Nothing. Even when you said I'm not the type of person, but that might have been because because of my name. Your first
Mm-hmm.
impressions was I may not look this way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm. You and I both
mhm.
have that issue. Our names can go
Yeah,
either, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And then you speak to us on the phone and it's kind of okay, now it's really questionable.
right. Until I see you.
And then you see me in person and now your mouth is wide open.
All right,
I I, I still recognize that look of surprise and I'm just like, okay.
right,
And I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna get this job because they literally didn't even know I was black. And not only, it's not even not knowing that I'm black, but it's the fact that my blackness just shook you to fucking death. Like it just shook you. It jarred you to where you couldn't even control your face. Like those
right.
kind of things, you know what I mean? A lot of weird stuff has been going on, but you know, I think that it's important for us to just stay grounded, try to stay in a good space. It's easier said than done, but this world is trying to throw everything. It's like trying to dodge a stray. You don't know where it's coming from.
Right.
Yeah. So you can't really be like, okay, I need to duck, I need to dodge. It's just everything being thrown all at once, you know. So what
Exactly.
can we do? You know,
I have no idea what we can do.
just look, it's just the focus, you know. That's all you can do. Just focus and try to make sure your energy stay right because really it's on purpose. Like this shit is purposeful. It's to keep your nervous system jacked up. And you just can't let that shit win.
Right.
I'd be so damn calm. And I probably, you know what? And it's crazy that you mentioned that because let me tell you how my week started out. I have this thing where I would tell my kids all the time if you feel it, that emotion, and there's no reason for you to feel that emotion, it don't belong to you. It's not yours. Like if I'm sad and I literally have no reason to be sad, that's not my emotion. That's something that's being pushed on me by whatever reason. So this week started out with me getting ready. I just woke up one day and I was like, I'm ready to crash out. Like I'm ready to spaz on it. Like I'm just ready. I woke up gang banging on bacon. Like I really was feeling that type of energy. And then I just sat back and I looked at it and I'm just like, yo, this is a setup. Because not only did I feel that energy, I'm talking everywhere, at work, out in the streets, at the store. Like people were literally directly trying me. And I'm like, what? And I was like, this is like really like the energy. People is really like, they really fucked up about everything that's going on. And I had to be really intentional about how I manage my energy. Like I had to be really intentional. Like I ain't gonna lie, it probably could have been a real situation on Wednesday. And I'm talking like call the law. But I was aware of what the energy already was. And I didn't engage. I didn't engage. But I'm telling you, like people have been really trying me. Like seriously, like it's been the level of just intentional and blatant disrespect has been ridiculous. Like seriously.
Yeah, I don't sound good at all.
Nah, and especially at work. There was a whole situation. And it's really it's a blessing that the girl is a CYA. Like I cover my ass. Like, right?
Mhm.
Because it really was a whole ordeal over something very minute. And I'm like, yo, this is really, it's really strange. It's really just, and I just, whatever. It'll go out the same door it came in. And I just, once I recognized it though, earlier in the week, I was like, I'm not gonna allow this shit to have me fucked up, because the energy that I really did want to like crash, like seriously, train to go type shit. Like I was ready. Like, bitch, I got bill money. What you talking about? Play with somebody that don't got it. Like, I'm ready to get out. Like, are you serious? But once I recognized that it's not us as people, it's the way the energy is being manipulated, and that it wasn't my energy. Like I wasn't feeling that way personally. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to entertain anything that comes my way. And I haven't entertained it. But it's been a pretty interesting week.
Yeah, I feel you, because it was something that I was trying to decide when to do it. And like this whole situation, it kind of like, kind of made me stop, because I'm thinking like, okay, well, I can't really do what I need to do until I hear this response. You know what I'm saying? And I just realized like, yo, man, it won't nothing but a distraction. Like I was watching this thing, and it was saying like sometimes that life will test you to make you have to choose between what you want and what you feel like you need at that moment. Like what you want may be good for you, but at the same time, before you decide to go after what you want, life will try to give you what you need at that exact moment. You know what I'm saying? And it may derail everything that you're trying to get that you want if you go for that need. And you got to know sometimes that, you know what I'm saying? You got to, even though it sounds good at the moment, you got to be like, well, yeah, it'll take care of A and B for right now, but it don't get me, closer to C. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm trying to go. It'll take me way off in a whole nother direction. So I kind of feel like, that's why it happened, because, it kind of made me stop for a minute. And, that's something that I can't afford to do. Not no more.
Well, and yeah, and I think as we get wiser, right? We experience life, we experience things that we've already gone through. We should know to listen to that feeling, because we've had to go through it before, and we've ignored feelings and all of that shit. We should listen. You have to listen when things don't feel right, or when it's not right. It ain't right. And sometimes things are moved out of your way.
Right.
It just is what it is. Because, and I know, man, listen, the universe that I am involved with, the ancestors that I have, they know they got to make this shit. If it's something that I want and it ain't for me, they got to make sure that shit is not an option, because I'm going to go for it. I'm hard-headed as hell. Okay. Or if I already got it and I'm trying to hold on to it, like I've learned I'm better now. Like I don't try to hold on to things that aren't meant for me, but that's just what it is. Sometimes you have to make room for growth, and making room for growth means that you can't take the position that is easy for you to get.
Right.
You can't take the position just because you're good at it. And it's easy for you, because that ain't the place for you. That ain't the place for your growth. That ain't the place that's gonna catapult you where you need to go. And that's just when it's gonna feel right. It's so cliche to say, but I can honestly say at this age, I believe that. Like it's gonna feel right. I don't do anything that feels forced, and that's not gonna do it. Like if I don't feel right about it, I just ain't gonna do it.
Right. Right.
You know?
That's kind of how I am too. Like it's. I believe I told you this before. Like it just seemed like whenever I I have this important thing that I need to do that could kind of like change the trajectory of where I'm trying to go in the direction where I want to go. It just seemed like something happened. It's just something weird, something unexpected out of the blue. And I don't know, man. It may not just be like me. It may just be like, because like most things are always done at certain times of the year. So it could just be just something to make, you know what I'm saying? Like people in general stop just trying to do certain type of things because, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, most of these things happen around certain points. And it's just crazy because it'll be something to make you constantly think. You know what I'm saying? Like okay, like with Nolan Wells. Like, let's say the difference right now is that nobody knows exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like you can move past, well, the boat crashed and you know what I'm saying, he went missing or something like that. Because you can kind of put that together. But to have something unresolved where you don't know the answer to, you know what I'm saying? You stay stuck on it. And that's what make the whole thing crazy.
But is it?
Because
Or is it intentional?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like all these people getting found hung and they're saying it's an accident and people know damn well that like,
it ain't no like
right. So like now you got all these people stuck trying to figure out what happened.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Researching. How can it be an accident? Are they sure it's an accident?
Right.
Thinking about it.
Yeah, and you can't move on from it because there's no closure. And that's the crazy part about it. Like the lack of closure. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to accept because you know what you're being given ain't what it is. So,
yeah. I think for me, it's just an acceptance of a higher level of understanding. Like, I understand per situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? I understand what you're saying, but my acceptance is I know what it is, right? Like, I feel like in my heart of hearts, I know what happened. Like, I might not know the details, but I know the story. I know the story. We all know the story, right? And the craziest thing is, as a society, we're so hooked up on proof and facts, and we go against feeling. And the obvious feeling of this, where you're saying like we're stuck because there's no closure, is because we're looking for facts to close the closure instead of listening to your inner self, instead of listening to your energy. Because really, honestly, that's what really matters. We know what happened. There's not going to be a resolution. There's not going to be a resolution because they don't want it to be resolved. Just like Sandra Bland, just like the whole list and slew of what resolutions did we have? What understand? Who's ever explained to us how Sandra Bland died? Who explained that? Who explained us the course of events? No one. No one. And that's been what, years? We have to get to a point where we understand what it is. We protect ourselves against the negativity, and we keep pushing. What happens before these times is that, honestly, Black people have been so noticeably disconnected. We are not giving our energy to this bullshit. And then what do? Now we got Black kids dying and getting hung and going missing. And then, no. I just feel like it's always an energetic hijacking. And I just refuse to participate. Like, I'm not going to participate. Is it sad? Absolutely. Does it suck? Yes. But we carry the blood of our ancestors. They were all murdered. We walk on the soil that their blood fed the ground. Like, this is a part of our story. It's unfortunate, right? But should it leave us in a place of despair? No, because that's a place of entrapment.
That's very true. Yeah, because like okay, for me, this is how I look at it, right? Like, we're about to go into the next quarter where if they're going to be hiring, then what I'm saying, it'll probably be the start of the next quarter or whatever. So like, like for people who are taking these steps into positions where, they may not hang out with these people, but they may have to find themselves in office spaces where they're in a similar situation as, what I'm saying, as Nolan, or the kids going off to these colleges where there are not going to be a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, now they're going into it with a, you know what I'm saying? Some of them are going to be going into it with a different way of looking at it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's always in the back of your mind, but like, this happened, and now you think like, okay, well, boom, what do I do next? And if you can't get past it, then you it's kind of hard not to have a side eye when you have to move through these spaces, and that's if you choose to continue to go. You know what I'm saying?
But this is my thing. That's always been the rule. Don't ever be the only Black person. That's always been a rule for me and my siblings. I don't know what other Black parents was telling they kids. That's always been a rule. That's why the transition for me into corporate America and into a space where I know I'm going to be few and in between, I don't dilly dally. I'm not going out with you. I can't frolic. I can't play. This is, like when you go away, like you gotta, like, those boundaries and rules are there for a reason, as far as I'm concerned. But I'm just saying, like, that has something to do with the way that you grew up. Like, I know a lot of people that I know, we weren't allowed, especially in high school. If you're going to be the only Black person, you can't go. Period.
Right.
Because, regardless of whether or not that friend is if a true friend or not, or going to hurt you or not, you get stopped by the police, it's you.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be your Black ass. Period. So I know it sucks that we have to have these provisions, but what I'm saying is that we should have always known. And I don't know why these children of today don't know. And it sucks that we have to have these provisions, right? But we do. We do.
Yeah. See, I mean, I understand about the knowing part. Like it's kind of like what I'm saying is knowing and then it not being no closure right before it's time for a lot of people they're going to be making decisions to kind of move in some of these spaces. You see what I'm saying? Like it's going to be some parents that may not even let their kids go to certain schools. You know what I'm saying? After this, just because
they should,
because they know what could possibly happen when prior to this, you know what I'm saying? It was more, they were more willing to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like,
I completely understand. But honestly, that's probably to be the best decision they make. Go to HBCU. Go where your people at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just the God honest truth, right? Because what that girl, I'm not going to say the name of the school because I don't remember, but it was a young Black girl. She was the only Black girl in the group, and they went on spring break somewhere. Her ass didn't come back. Are you kidding me? This ain't the first Nolan Wells. Nolan Wells is the one with that name, but he ain't the first one. This shit happens frequently. It happens often. Growing up, in a tourist area, it was nothing for us to hear about Black girls coming for spring break and not making it home. That was, I mean, this is not new. And we have to understand, like, you can be in any space you want to be in, but you got to be prepared to be in that space. And you cannot be in a space where, one, you're the minority, and you don't need to be in that space if you can't stand up for yourself. You don't need to be in that space if you can't accept the truth. Because when you're in that space, one of them can like you, one of them can be down with you, but groupthink is a motherfucker. And if 7 of them say, hey, he got to go, then everybody's going to say, hey, we got to go. Right. He has to go, which is really, I feel like what happened with Nolan Wells. He was cool with one dude, but the rest of them didn't like him. And when the decision got made, the one dude was outnumbered.
All right. And look, it could have been something as simple as he got a scholarship to go to college, and one of them got fussed out by their parents because they got to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? It really don't even take a lot. You know what I'm saying? It could be a girl that liked them. You know what I'm saying? That one of them wanted. Like, it don't take a lot at all.
That boy could have done nothing at all. You have to be mindful. You just have to be mindful. And he should have been told that. He should have been taught that. And I'm not blaming anybody's parents, but what I am saying is that it's 2026. We live this. Like, what I get really upset about the parents, the Black parents that act like this shit never fucking existed, act like racism just disappeared, act like there's no, like, what are y'all doing? Teaching your child to ignore racism is not okay. It's literally a crutch. It's literally a disability because they have no freaking understanding of what it is. Because racism isn't somebody coming to you and saying, you know, that's not it. That's not racism. Racism is being there with a person that'll smile in your face, but in their mind, they wholeheartedly believe that you're inferior to them. And they're going to treat you that way, right? And they have the power to make sure that no matter what, you are beneath them in that sense. We're not teaching our children that racism isn't hanging in lynchings. We're not teaching our children that. And we really do need to teach our kids that. Nolan Wells incident, I feel like, yeah, it shouldn't happen. And that racism is too, and hatred is too accepted. But I also feel like as a community, we should do better with teaching our boys, especially our boys. Like, come on now. Let's be mindful. Let's be aware, you know?
Right. You're definitely right about that. But, yeah, man, it's just... It's something else. It just kind of threw me for a loop. Because you know how you start, you know, you read up on one thing and then somebody just proposes this idea like, hey man, all this stuff could be connected. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then some shit happens that's a lot closer to you than, you know what I'm saying, something that you see.
Yeah.
And it's just weird, just like the other stuff. And you're like, damn, yo, like, is this shit really fucking connected? Because this shit is happening. So, you know, it's just, you know what I'm saying?
And
I learned my lesson a long time ago, though. Like, right. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was always guarded, but I always watched. You know what I'm saying? I'm a quiet person anyway, so I always sit back and peep stuff anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, who was who, you know what I'm saying, would come talk to me trying to be cute. You know what I'm saying? And who really, you know what I'm saying, was somebody that I could halfway hold a conversation with without, you know what I'm saying, like having to watch the room for people in the corner watching to see what I say to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so, and a lot of people told me I was crazy. Like, man, you crazy, boy. I would never did that. I just did it. But I always knew, you know what I'm saying? Even though I had a lot of non-black people in my life growing up to the point where, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't really afraid of racism. I was more afraid of the people who like hid it. You know what I'm saying? Like if a person don't like black people, cool. Don't like black people. You know what I'm saying? That's your thing. Do that over there. I'm more afraid of the motherfucker who wants to come and get what they can get, but hates me. You know what I'm saying? Because then once they're done with you, they're going to show you exactly who they are. Or if you make a mistake or you fucking challenge them on something, you know what I'm saying? That's when they'll show you who you are.
Or you start feeling uppity.
Yeah. So like that's what I always watch for. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't got time.
Yeah.
I ain't got time.
I had to move like that. Because I needed this. It was shit that I needed to see that I couldn't see. I couldn't see nowhere else. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I understand. I've experienced. Don't get me wrong. I've experienced things like that, but like I've had experience with people. But I just like at this age, I've already seen all I need to see, and I'm good. I'm good because I don't take that shit lightly. Like that's literally a threat to my life. I'm not gonna take it lightly. And we see it. You know what I'm saying? Like we see that people literally die behind this kind of stuff. Like, why would we take it lightly? You know what I mean? So I stay out the way. Well, I don't stay out the way, but I definitely don't dibble dabble with nobody that don't deal with me. Like we not business. I can do business and all of that stuff. But if you don't deal with me on a personal level, we just talked about that last time. Like we don't deal with me on a personal level. I'm not dealing with you. I'm not going nowhere with you.
Right.
No,
like
I'm not going to be.
I think I did that maybe 2 or 3 times, but one time I remember very, very clearly. I went to this place and I looked around like this shit was like a redneck party in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing I always is like black people. Anytime you go somewhere, you always look for see if you see
another black person.
Right. I mean, I looked around, I didn't see nobody black in there, but maybe because it was dark. But like while I was sitting there in the minute it hit me like, nigga, you the only black person in here. You the only black person in here. Like it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? When I told people like where I went at, it was like, yo, bro, you crazy, dog. Boy, they could have killed you in there, and what nobody never know.
Nobody knows shit.
I'm like, yeah, you right. You right.
I had a friend, and he loved being in white spaces, and I would ask him all the time, like, what are your spaces though? Like, what places do you go with your people that you can take your white friends? And it was none. I said, so you have tried to assimilate yourself into whiteness. Baby, you were never going to be white. Like, why? That is dangerous. And you know what? Nothing ever happened to him that I know of, thank God. But I actually went out with them to celebrate him. He was, got a promotion or whatever. And literally the only other black person, him and me, literally the only 2 black people. And I just sat there and watched. And of course, he's drinking. And I'm looking, I'm like, these people hate him. Like, they literally despise this man. Like, they're spending his money. Like, at one point, I was like, yeah, let me get your wallet. Because you're not, how is it we're celebrating your promotion? Ain't nobody bought you a drink yet. And everybody in here drunk. Ain't nobody bought you a drink. Give me your wallet. Give me your wallet. And when I felt like he had too much to drink, we're going, yeah, I'm calling you an Uber. You're getting in the ride. And I thought to myself, I'm like, how many times have you hung out with these motherfuckers and you did that shit and nobody was concerned about your well-being or how you got home. Nobody was concerned about how much money you're spending at a bar for everyone in the freaking bar to drink. Nobody, y'all, you have to be mindful of those kind of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you thinking? It's like, nah, it ain't always like that. You don't know because you always drunk.
I guess it's because thinking like that. Well, for me, I felt like thinking like that, and I'm gonna be honest with you, like that was probably like the freest point of my life because it was nothing like dictating my steps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't do this. Or I shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like I moved exactly how I wanted to
how
move.
you wanted to move. I understand.
And you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't always the want to be in white spaces. It's just about certain spaces where you want to be, or the type of vibe you may want, you may can't get other than white spaces due to the people that you know. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I mean, consider it like this. Like,
I don't understand. I don't relate. I can't relate to that.
If you think about this. Think about the white people who grew up in neighborhoods of all black people, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they might like partying and drinking just like black people do. They might like being hood and ratchet, just like black. You know what I'm saying? Like some black people do, but they don't know no white person that they can actually do that with.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, it's like certain vibes, certain things, certain ways that other people do, certain things other people do are different. Like boom, like I never really sat outside around the fire and just chilled out with black people until later on when I realized that my friends do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But previously, before that, when I was younger, like the only time I ever did that was around a group of white people. You know what I'm saying? We chilled out, we kicked it, we got drunk or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We shot the shit. But at the same time, you know, yeah, if the wrong person was there, it could have went bad for me. You know what I mean? But you know, I always knew because my mom was always against it. You know what I mean? Like she would always say, "Hey, yo, you better be careful how you deal with certain people." You know what I'm saying? She always told me that, so it was always on my mind. But at the same time, I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was put here. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm truly free, then I need to be free. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
like that. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the thing that bothered me. Like I know it exists. I just hate being reminded that I gotta move that way because it fucks with my feeling of being free. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want to get in my car and drive, it's certain places I gotta avoid. You know what I'm saying? Because you better not get caught there when the sun go down. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if that is true, then you're really not free. You're still not free in this country. You should be, you know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't messing with nobody, you should be able to ride any road you want to ride. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's other places with certain neighborhoods you can't go to. So you know, it is what it is. But at the same time, though, like the same way I may ride through a hood, you know what I'm saying? The same way I feel like I should be able to ride through a little small town. You know what I'm saying? Like it may be a risk, but at the same time, I kind of feel like, well, yo, if I don't fuck with nobody, shouldn't nobody fuck with me? But you know, it's just equal people out here. So
it's just not how that, you know, it just ain't how that works.
Yeah, that's the fucked up part about it.
Oh no, I agree. It's totally fucked up, but it's even more fucked up when we forget. because then when we forget, or when we forget to teach our children, then we suffer.
Oh yeah.
We suffer. You know, my daughter went off to college, right? And while we were looking at colleges and touring college, going to orientation and things like that, we went to a school. I'll leave them unnamed. And we went to the orientation, and there was one other Black girl there, or Black person, Black student, period.
Mm.
And she was, and Yanni was like, "Oh, Mom, there's, So I'm like, okay. They did a little social hour, and she tried to talk to the girl. The girl wouldn't talk to me. Right? And I was like, okay, we're gonna chalk that up to nervousness and leave it alone. Right? So they go to the social hour, and literally no one would talk to my baby, because I was the only Black mom.
Right.
Okay. Even the other Black student, her mom was there. Her mom was white. Right. No one would talk to my baby. Now, this place was absolutely perfect for her, except for that. Like, I'm talking, they had everything that she needed. She loved the dorm. She loved everything. She loved the distance. She loved what they had around there. We did a little tour of the city, whatever. She loved everything. I would not let her go. She had a full scholarship. I was like, this is not the only school. At that time, she had already been accepted and had scholarships to about 11 schools. I'm like, you're not coming here. You're going to pick another one. Because I could not consciously leave my baby at a school where no one wanted to deal with her because of her Blackness, regardless of whether or not they were Black or not.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the majority of the people there are white. Like, I just couldn't comfortably do that. Meanwhile, my baby chose an HBCU to go to. God, she did, and I'm happy. Thank you. But them white parents are most definitely dropping their white babies off at these schools and okay with it. You know why? Because they don't experience the same shit we experience. They don't have to worry about that. They don't tell their kids, don't deal with a bunch of Black people. They don't do that. They don't have to worry about that. So at a historically Black college and university, there are several, I'm talking, they prefer. The school she goes to has a new program, and I'm talking, we went to orientation, and them kids was up in there. Okay? It's not the same. And the sooner we recognize that no matter what generation it is, as long as we have those stigmas, we still have to tell our children. We still have to tell them, because it doesn't show up the same. It doesn't manifest in their lives the same, because shit is totally different. However, the actions, the hatred, and the emotion are still the same.
Right. You're absolutely right, man.
And it sucks. It sucks.
It do. And it makes you think about how strong people were back in the past to be like the first Black person to do some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, bro.
My mother, oh God, oh, you just made me tear up. But my mom was the first Black girl in her class when they integrated schools. She was the only Black girl in her class. Like, that's crazy. That is absolutely nuts.
Yeah, it is. And that's what I'm saying. Like that's what make it all fucked up, because you know what I'm saying, at the point in time where it's happening, it's like a fucking, like a setback moment. You know what I'm saying?
It feels like,
like everybody's double thinking, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a person taking a job where they may be, you know what I'm saying, be in that situation, like they probably thinking about this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they may not even, and if they move forward, they may not even move forward with the same energy as they would have if it hadn't happened right now. You know what I'm saying? If it wouldn't be going on right now, and it's unresolved, like that's what make it the worst part. You know what I mean? Because it being unresolved, you know, that's worst. Like, okay, boom, let's say it is racism and they did it, but if they get caught and they go to jail, like, okay, when people do racist things, they go to jail. But right now, it's looking like it's racist, and it's looking like it's a cover up. You know what I'm saying? That's heavy to handle. Saying that, hey man, I'm about to go work here, and I already know that, you know what I'm saying, a black person is few and far between, or the only ones that's there, they are on the lower scale of the company. So it's gonna be almost like I'm the only black person there within like the people I'm working around. You know what I'm saying? Like, like it's just different to deal with, man.
Well, I don't think that it's going to be unresolved. And I'm only saying that because Nancy Grace is on the case, and you know she like a pit bull. She ain't gonna let go of shit. But they want us to know what happened. They just want it to be some time. There's energy that they need. There's this restlessness that they want from black people. Like that, it really is about gaining control. Because if somebody controls, like I tell my kids, somebody control your emotions, they control you.
Exactly.
If I can piss you off, if I can make you sad, if I can do anything to you, then you are my puppet. Because I literally control how you feel.
If I can make you hesitate into putting yourself into predominantly white spaces.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And when that is not really what should be the consideration. It's not whether or not I'm gonna be in predominantly white spaces, because I'm going where my money is gonna be. Okay. But it's about being conscious about what you're doing, being aware of your surroundings. And honestly, the way the world is going, we need to be aware of our surroundings anyway. We need to be aware and read the room. It was very important to me because my son will walk in somewhere and he'll just be just going about life. You know what I mean? Right. And something will be off about the situation, and it takes him a moment to pick up. You understand what I'm saying? And I've been working with him like, you got to read the room. Before you even get in one real good, you got to read the energy in that room. You got to look, scan it over, think it over, walk in, chill out. Don't, just read the room. Because a lot of times when shit ain't right, it is hard to get more than 3 people to be the same way. So if you're in a group of people, and they have something planned against you, somebody has a tail. Somebody's energy is gonna be so off that you're gonna be like, why is she acting like that? Why the hell is he acting like that? Because people don't know how to control their energy. Somebody is gonna be off. Read the room. We have to be very aware of our surroundings. This isn't anything new, people. I think somewhere we just forgot. And it's unfortunate, and we really shouldn't have to, but we do. That's just what we are. That's where we've been. This is not a new shift. This is where we've been. We've been here. You know what I mean? We've been here. We've allowed people to come. And a lot of that is because Black people are so welcoming. We're so welcoming. We're so nurturing to other people in other places and other races. Like we are the people that will invite people in and love on people. That's who we are. And in being that, we forget that we have never been loved the same way. We have never been embraced the same way. There's literally there's literally literature on the fact that white men tell their children if they're in trouble to go find a Black woman. There's literature based on that because they know that we are literally protectors and nurturers, and we love people, and we are genuinely caring, right? We have never received that same, as a race, we've never been embraced in that same fashion, not in any space. And I think instead of ignoring it, we just have to understand it and just move accordingly. Like they say at church, before they dismiss us, govern yourselves accordingly. I can be around you, I can smile in your face, but I'm always going to be understanding that I'm going to watch. I'm gonna listen to the tone when you speak to me. I'm gonna see how you address me. Don't be on no slick shit because I'm gonna catch that too. That's it. That's all.
Yeah.
You're torn.
Yeah. For me,
Mm-hmm.
I just told you, like I try to, I want to live my freedom. Like that's just how I'm always going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I was always the type of person. I hop in the car and just take off. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you at the beach? Okay, I'm coming. I don't care who's there when I get there because I feel like in this world I should be able to pretty much go wherever I want to go as long as I ain't doing nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
and it's true and it's false at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's true. That's how it's supposed to be, but it's false that it really is. You know what I'm saying?
Is it really supposed to be that way?
For the most part, yeah.
Has freedom ever been free?
What do you mean?
Even the word itself, it hasn't been free. Anything dealing with freedom has usually come with a fight. You've always had to fight for it. Nobody gave us anything.
Yeah, but
and I'm not talking about just Black people. I'm talking about as
I'm saying freedom is something that you're going to fight for. Freedom and something being free is two different things. You know what I'm saying? But we all see, I kind of live under the promise of the covenant, which means that I'm supposed to be able to move freely throughout this world. You know what I'm saying? The king of all I survey and see. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't much of a king if I gotta constantly, you know what I'm saying, garner myself, or if I'm forced into a space, I gotta dim myself, or I can't go certain places because other people have problems. You know what I mean? Like that's a them problem, and I need to be aware of the them problems that exist. But at the same time, my destiny might be in that room. You know what I'm saying? The keys to turn certain things into great opportunities may be in that room. You know what I mean?
Right, but I'm not saying let it stop you from being in the room, right?
But what I'm saying is stuff like this makes people second guess about going into those rooms. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely.
Or they enter the rooms with a different energy. That's what I'm saying. Like instead of walking in there like, yo, I am who I am, you walking in there like, yo, I'm here and I earned to be here, but I gotta watch all these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you watching, you know what I'm saying, you doing more watching than really set on what you set out to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's how something honest can turn into something corrupt. Because you watching, you worry about what they got going on. And then you got to figure out, well, in order to protect myself, do I got to do X, Y, and Z to fit in with these guys? You know what I'm saying? Because now you're trying to secure your stay by fitting in versus proving your worth and making them bend to your will. That's why you have some great people who do great things, and then you have some people who appear great until you find out all the stuff they did in the dark. Because they was doing those, you know what I'm saying? They look great on the outside, but they was doing a lot of things to keep that energy from being pointed at them. Like, I know y'all don't really like me, but as long as I keep doing this, and this, you're not going to mess with me. You know what I'm saying? You might go after. But when the time comes, they're gonna come after you. So you might as well just walk straight through it anyway.
Yeah, I do. I understand.
You know, that's kind of like where I'm speaking from. You know what I'm saying? Like I want my kids to be safe, but at the same time, man, I want them to knowingly be. I want them to be dangerous, but under control. I'll say it like that. Like dangerous enough to spot what's coming if it comes, but under control enough where the presence of the danger existing in the room don't stop them from doing what they set out to do in that room. Or make them change who they are.
And this takes time. It takes a little practice. It takes a little practice.
Yeah, it do.
But mostly it's like
a lot of stuff I learned
in check.
A lot of the stuff I learned just going places and being places where I was the odd person out, and I had to, you know, learn how to be myself within that environment, but still be mindful. Like it kind of allowed me to go places where a lot of people won't go, not just because of color, just because it might be a dangerous place. You know what I'm saying? Like I done been in other towns and just walk into the projects. I don't know nobody there and just start talking to people. You know what I'm saying? That's dangerous as hell. I don't know if it's a gang there. I don't know if the colors I got on may get me shot before I get to the first door. None of that shit. But motherfuckers talk to me because I moved with a certain level of understanding, I guess. Like, not like a threat, not like prey, but like somebody who, I don't know, it's weird. It's like somebody who kind of understand, or somebody that, I don't know how to explain it. But, you know, and some things only come with the ability, you know what I'm saying? Some things only come with experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
So, you know, that's the only thing I'm reaching at is I just hope this shit like this don't turn people away from, you know what I'm saying, opportunities, because a lot of the things that helped get us where we was at was because it was people that had to go in rooms where they were the only one, and they proved that they was exceptional in there. You know what I'm saying? That broke a lot of barriers, because once they got in, their goal was to prove that their right to be there was undeniable. Can't prove you're undeniable if you don't go in the room. So that's kind of how I look at it, man.
You know, being aware and being afraid is two different things. Allowing it to change your trajectory is what I consider the emotional part, right? The keeping you energetically hijacked is I'm going to let this situation allow me to let it affect my future moves. You know, like you said, it might be dangerous, but if I feel like that's where I need to be, I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, what else? And personally, there's a lot of things that I believe in, but all of them are hills I'm willing to die on. So if that's what it is, then that's what it is. And I think the freedom for me is freedom to choose. I know we should be able to do and go and just be. But for right now, it's just like the freedom to just choose, to be absolutely aware and go in with my eyes open, not be delusional, to not be delusional about the current situation, to not be delusional about a possible change, to not be delusional about hope, to just be able to go into a situation knowing what it is and like, okay, I'm here and I'm going to do whatever.
Yeah.
Authentically and be authentically myself.
Yeah, that's what
What
I'm
it's going to
saying.
be. You know what I mean? Like that's the only. It's a tough position because how do you explain that to children?
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like, when you was in like junior high school or whatever, and y'all might have watched Roots or something like that. Like the black kids and the white kids didn't have the same feeling by the time the movie was over.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was some black kids that probably said, "Well, yo, that was then, this is now. That shit ain't gonna happen to me." And then it may be some black kids who feel like, "Yo, it's all I'm ever meant to be is lesser than them." And then it was some white kids that probably felt superior watching. And then someone probably watched it and said, "Yo, that's messed up." You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different attitudes that come from situations like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, See, I remember we watched Roots. It was some chuckles in the room. They got handled later on. You know what I'm saying? But it was still real though. You know what I'm saying? It was like a reality check. Like some of us thought that shit was funny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's funny. It caused a riot at my school. We had what they called a zebra fight. There was nobody safe. Like we really, it was really rough. But one, they showed it to us, and we were all in like eighth grade, middle school, whatever.
Yeah.
And why they thought it was a good idea, no idea, no fucking idea. Because one, they should have done, if they were going to do it, they should have done it like by the classroom. No, let me tell you what these ignorant bastards did. They pulled us all in the gym and put this shit up on a big ass projector.
Yeah, that was stupid.
They cut up. I mean, it was, I mean, teachers got it. Like it was really rough. But as an adult, I'm like, why would y'all even think a bunch of children had the emotional capacity to deal with that kind of shit in a room with hundreds of students? Are y'all like, that's crazy? Like you can't tell me this shit don't be intentional. Like you just can't tell me, because I've said that to people before and they were like, oh my God, they did the same thing to us. We were all in the auditorium, da da da. And I'm like, these are people that went to school in a different state, up north, down south, different areas. Why would we be going through that same shit? Like this stuff be so intentional. Shit is crazy. Crazy work.
Right. And then so like if having you look around, then you really see like kind of like who is who, especially like if you deal with non-black people. You know what I'm saying? Because like that's what I did. I would watch it because I already watched it at home, so I already seen it. But I'm just looking around to see like, yeah, let me see who think this is funny. You know what I'm saying? We in there pointing people out like, yeah, you see him over there? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it I guess it for one, it separates the pack. Like you see
not enough though.
Yeah, not enough, but you see who, because it was the closest reflection to what life really is without the whips and the chains.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it because probably some of them kids might have lived in a dream world. Like some of them kids maybe heard about slavery and remember reading it in social studies, but never seen the visual depiction of it. And a lot of them might have woke up. I don't, like I said.
And the crazy thing is Roots is nowhere near, the movie is nowhere near the graphics of the book. And it's nowhere near the actual events of what actually happened and the horrors that actually happened. It's nowhere near that. And they still couldn't handle it. They still couldn't handle it, even hearing it and being a part of that portion of it. But it is never the blatant racists that worry me. It's the ones that claim to be allies, but undercover are the ones that are, racist
Yeah,
because
see, I
it
don't
takes it takes a different kind of person to do that.
see. I don't believe in allies. I mean, I believe in, yo, you are who you are. I am who I am. Like, you can't you can't assist me in the black struggle because that undermines the whole purpose of the black struggle. Like, like, boom, I understand what you're saying, but this ain't got nothing to do with you because it's a lot of feelings and emotions, and you're going to be guarded on everything that you say because it's so sensitive. So I can't trust you already. You know what I'm
And
saying?
I don't. But
Yeah,
I'm saying like we do like there are people that consider themselves allies and that they teach other white people about like racist things. But my thing is you can't like black people without being in black spaces. And the thing about that is like we don't need secret racists. Those are the ones I'm worried about. I
yeah,
don't care about,
yeah. They're
like you said
the
earlier, I don't
motherfuckers.
care about people not liking black people. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, but be honest and be big enough and be bold enough to stand 10 toes down in your convictions and be who you are. Be authentically yourself. That's it.
Right.
I remember the first Nazi skinhead I met. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Yeah, I hate your guts." I was like, "Really? Do you know me?" He was like, "No, but I know I'd hate you." And we talked for a while, and he wouldn't stop talking to me, but he hated me so. And we understand these are still people, but it's society. It is what they were taught. It is what we're all taught. Like at some point, especially if you went to public school in the United States, you were taught racism. You don't even have a choice. It's the
Right.
structure, just like the school to prison pipeline. It's just in it, you know.
Yeah.
But the blatant racists, I don't care about them. Like for what? I feel like as a people, our problem is the fact that we are so accepting of people that say they are for us and they're not, and that be the problem. Nolan Wells, they said they were for him, and they were not. They were not.
Yeah, I can believe that. And the funny thing to me is like just being there. Like, I don't know, man. This is a lot of stuff don't add up. Like, I kind of feel like he just got left there. He got left there for somebody else. Somebody that probably did what a lot of them wanted to happen and saved them boys by them not being there when it happened. They just helped make sure it happened.
There is a man on TikTok, on one social media, and he put up a video about Nolan Wells.
I'm listening. Keep going.
And he said that this is what they do, that they're taught to do this to the boys, meaning black boys or whatever. Like he made a whole video about how this is just a rite of passage for young white men. He ended up losing his job, whatever, because he posted that video. But what someone else pointed out was the agreement underneath his post. I'm talking thousands of people agreed with him on that level of racism, right? Because Nolan Wells didn't know how to swim. And they said, like, that was part of it. Like, this is definitely a ploy to vie for energy. This is why I'm like, I can't give that my energy. You know what I mean? Because I feel for his family. and I pray for justice, and I hope that they get that justice, right? But I'm not waiting on a conclusion. In my mind, they already guilty. I don't give a fuck what happened. You don't have to tell me nothing else because they already guilty. My heart says it. My heart says they're guilty. That's it. That's all I need. That's my closure. Y'all, you did it. You did it. Because I don't care, black, white, Indian, I don't give a fuck. If my child leave with you and everybody come back but my child, we all about to have a funeral, baby.
Yeah.
Everybody about to be a hard soul bottoms. Everybody.
There's been a lot of stories. The story supposedly is he met some girl.
That's a lie.
And he was supposed to be staying to chill with her. But then I heard another story
with no phone and no way to get back, and he can't swim.
That's what I said. Like, it could have been somebody just waiting for him to get left. Like, the plan could have been just to leave him anyway. Plausible deniability, meaning that if I don't know exactly what happened, even if you gave me a lie detector and it can't be used in court, I still will never be able to say nothing to make me look like I'm wrong because I don't know what happened. They probably asking the wrong questions. They might be just looking for them to find out whether or not they left him there so somebody else could do something to him.
All I'm saying, Smith, okay? All I'm saying is the investigation would have took a quick turn. It would have took a quick turn because now they got some other people to investigate on because everybody's got to go. Everybody's got to go. Quick turn.
Yeah.
Quick turn. Because what do you mean my baby ain't come home? What you mean everybody else kids came home? All of them? Now I need to see them. Ain't no scratches on nobody. But you got to understand too, black people all over the world is listening like, bitch, we couldn't come home and one person be beat up and the other ones ain't beat up. If one person came home beat up, everybody better be beat up. Because why is he beat up and don't neither one of y'all got a rip or tear in the shirt or nothing? Like, it wasn't going to happen. You're going to get your ass whooped. Everybody ain't getting in the fight. So you the only one got in the fight. There's a problem. So imagine that that's your child and they the one that don't come home and everybody else go home. Ain't nobody sleeping easy, bro. Ain't nobody sleeping. Oh, y'all going to bed.
Yeah, I couldn't even.
I
couldn't imagine.
I flip all this shit over. I flip all this shit over about mine. Wait on somebody to investigate? Come on, man. I'm not doing it. No. I'd be headlining on the Ignorant Negro News. About mine.
Yeah.
I'd be headlining on the Ignorant Negro News about mine. I'd be like, oh my God.
But I'm kind of glad that it ain't nobody like wilding out yet. You know what I'm saying? Because it's best to find out all the information and then determine whether or not
fuck that information
it's true or not. Now, the only reason why I say that is because right now it's at a point where if you don't know exactly if the investigation is legit or corrupt, it can really make a messed up situation. See, if evidence come out and we feel like, yo, that's not true, we wild out because we feel like it ain't true. You know what I'm saying? But if we wild out now and do a whole bunch of stuff, and they be like, well, see, look at them. Now they wilding out, and this is what we've been waiting on. This is what really happened. You know what I'm saying? But see, look at them. They just, you know what I'm saying? Like because of all these little sentiments on Facebook, like, you know, black people always being claiming to be, you know what I'm saying? Like all these little things, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I said like when it's all said and done, however we feel, we're gonna deserve to feel that way. I'm just glad nobody is like trying to get too extreme right now. We're kind of like chilling and waiting to see what really is gonna happen. Because we done fell for the okie doke too many times. You know what I'm saying? They try to get us to stroll out there and try to make us look crazy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just want them to hurry up.
I just like that. I like to say that the fact that there has never been a revolt, well, hasn't been one since Mr. Turner, should let people know that Black people are very forgiving, and we're not wanting that. I think that part alone should let it go. We should not have to keep burying our children in order to let them see that we're not savages, right? That we're not going to tear things up in the street. Fuck their streets. They don't want to say it anyway.
No,
and that's what I'm saying. Why wait? Why are we waiting for proof?
The reason why we don't test, the reason why we test stuff up is because we don't feel like it's ours.
Because it ain't.
Exactly.
It ain't ours.
That's what I'm saying.
How is it ours? Most of the time, we can't even get a job in the same damn neighborhood.
But at the same time, though, it's been a lot of you know, comments on, well, why we got to tear up our own neighborhoods. So, you know what I'm saying? Like where we're at now is like maybe that's what they want us to do. You know what I'm saying? Like we were saying about some of the other stuff. They expect black people out there and revolt, but we ain't moving. Maybe this is just another one of those situations where, well, let's see if we sit on this long enough, if we can, you know what I'm saying, cause some sort of reaction, and then we might come through and present the evidence, but it's after, you know what I'm saying, they said that we wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like
whether we take, like I'm saying, like, why are we waiting on permission to know that they're guilty? Like, I don't feel like I don't need the details.
Because
you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand you don't want it to move, but
all of them may not be guilty.
All of them are guilty because all of them was there, and they all knew what was going on. There's not an oblivious one in the bunch, and
that's not always true.
It's not always true, but they knew what was going to happen because we've been told countless times that this is ritual. This is what they do.
Yeah, ritual, but that don't mean that it's all of their ritual. It may look,
but they are aware.
Listen, what I'm saying. It may be one of them who's important enough, and it's their ritual. They might have left him there for somebody else's ritual. You see what I'm saying?
They all are guilty. Shouldn't have been. Just like he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. If they're not guilty, they're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Either way, karma gonna handle it. But what I'm saying is, we know ain't nobody innocent out of that thing. If it comes out that one of them people actually didn't have anything to do with it, the story ain't even gonna make sense. Think about it. Ain't a situation that makes sense that somebody was oblivious and didn't decide, okay, well, let's go back and get him, fool. Why are we waiting? Okay. That's guilt.
Prime example. I talked to him, man. He said he's chilling with the girl. I tried to get him to come,
but his phone was there. So now,
hold on. Listen, Pete. Listen, Pete Game though. So if the girl is in on it, then all she had to do was to get him to get left by the boat and then leave him. Because supposedly it was a girl there, and their excuse is he stayed behind for a girl. Now that could be true, but if the girl knew what was going to happen, all she had to do was just get her ride and leave and say, "Yo, you can't come with me." Yeah. Then he stuck out there. With no phone for anybody to do anything. It could be somebody that he don't even know dislike him that was still out there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like man. That's what I'm saying, man. And because he's young, and because he's black, and because she's a white female, that's the story that they pushing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he stayed behind for some sex.
Yeah.
He was reckless. He was reckless. He just met this girl. You know what I'm saying? And it could have just been a whole honeypot the whole time. She would just bait to keep him from leaving with them. She probably talk nice to him the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And had him feel a certain kind of way because he's young. And when they left, she left.
Yeah. And there's another situation. Never mind. I don't even want to bring it up. But yeah. That's
what I said.
They guilty to me. They guilty. All of them. Anybody involved.
I can tell you, regardless of anything, I know the parents is what I know for sure. I don't know too much about one of them boys' dad, but I know the one mom who's a judge. Like, I know she won't supposed to be trying to use the fact that she's a judge to make her authority. You know what I'm saying? Like, she tried to act like because she's a judge that whatever she says about her son is supposed to be considered as truthful. Like, she's not even supposed to be doing that.
Well, and that's the thing. Here you go. That's called privilege. And I guarantee you that them kids been in trouble before, and that privilege has been able to get them out of that, because you don't go from nothing and never being in trouble to all of a sudden a kid is dead. They've done things before that they've gotten out of because of who their parents are. And now this is what they've graduated to. And Nancy Grace gonna get to the bottom of it. She finna get to the bottom of it. She gonna have y'all heads spinning. She gonna get to the bottom of it. She ain't about to let this go. Everybody know that lady is a pit bull in a skirt for real. She got a hold of that thing. She said, and ain't nobody in jail. Like, oh hell. But these are the situations we deal with, right? These are the situations we deal with. It's just easier for me to go ahead and determine for myself what the closure is. And I keep moving, because it'll keep you at a stalemate trying to have some kind of hope that that someone will value a Black life enough to convict somebody for taking one. And I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not doing it, because I feel like we've been shown over and over again that they do not value our lives. And why would we sit here begging for a value to be placed on us? Yeah. I mourn him and any other life loss, and I accept what it is and pray that I can protect my own children and teach them to protect themselves and keep moving. Can't stay stagnant with their energy, because that's where they want you to be, in that despair. You're not going to have me feeling hopeless, bitch. They got to go on. You got to go on.
Right.
Yeah. I can't believe it.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
I had some videos, but I ain't even really want to play them, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know, man. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I know. And I hate to, I don't really want to seem like I be pushing things off as a insignificant, because it's not. It's not insignificant. However, I think it's important that we keep things in a different perspective so that we do not stop our own growth and enlightenment, right? Because a lot of this stuff is meant to keep you fearful. It's meant to keep you hopeless. It's meant to keep you in despair. It's meant to keep your heart fucked up, and everything that you do comes from your heart. your heart space, your love, everything that you do in this life, we create, we build. It comes from your heart, right? And you can't do that when you're messed up energetically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. You can't do that. Like, we have to focus and be intentional on how we use our energy,
Right. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, we can say, well, he went with his friends, they guilty, and we never get the answer, right? But the whole time it could have been like a whole nother thing behind it that we don't know about. You know what I mean? Something that we probably should know about so that we could better advise people on how to move. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be it could be a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But let's say they just say, well, the boys took them out there and did it because they got in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
It might be what we want, but it may not be the truth. You know what I'm saying? They might, let's say they go to one of the boys and say, yo, dog, you're gonna have to take a fall for this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What we need for you to do is exonerate these two guys. We'll try to make sure that the sentence you get, you'll probably get out in maybe 25 years, and you know what I'm saying, we're gonna hey you $2 million waiting for you when you come out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And just say y'all got in a fight on the boat, he hit his head, it was an accident, and that's what we're gonna push in court. We'll make the black people be happy, but we're gonna have to do this to cover up the fact that we set the whole thing up.
But here's the thing.
That's what I'm saying, to keep people from really seeing the fact that it was a plan from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a plan from the beginning.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We're too committed to the outcome. We're too committed to the outcome. It doesn't matter.
I think we're too committed to it being as simple as what it appears.
But that's the thing.
Only reason why I say this, right, is they took his phone back home with them.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I would ever do that is if I feel like, okay, boom, he coming back here, he left his phone. When he get here to get his truck and get his stuff, I had his phone for him. You know what I'm saying? If I did something crazy, I mean, at 18, I still don't think that I would have, if I did something crazy, that I wouldn't have got rid of that phone. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I would have got rid of that phone. And that's that one thing alone kind of makes me feel like it's a lot more to it than, that's why I'm thinking like they left him there. You know what I'm saying? Like he got left there and they possibly knew something was going to happen, but because they weren't there, then it's only so much they can tell. So that even if you put them under immense pressure, they'll never show signs of the fact that they lied because they really won't know. Because they literally left him there, even if it was the plan. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I feel like they should look into whether or not he got left on purpose. Versus trying to figure out if the boys did it, figure out if some kind of way he got left on purpose and the girl was just somebody to get him to stay, because he wouldn't have never stayed any other way, because everybody keeps saying he wasn't the type of person to you know what I'm saying, to not leave with the people he came with. And what's the only thing that you could possibly use to get a young man to stay? A female. Man, that's why I'm looking at. I'm looking kind of like it was like a whole setup. Once they left and he was stuck with that girl, she left. And probably told him that he couldn't go with her. And then he was stuck out there for anybody else left out there to do whatever they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so when them boys start saying whatever they saying, they were like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Because think about it. I mean, like, I don't know. It just seemed, it's okay. The ability to get away with it thus far doesn't add up to the stupidity of taking the phone home with you. You see what I'm saying? Because if you did something to him, that means you were smarter to do it in a way that it ain't been identified yet. Most of the time, it don't take this long. like to determine whether or not it's foul play to some degree. So if you figured a way to do that without it being foul play, huh?
Maybe they're stolen. I mean, one of them mother is a judge.
That could possibly be true.
And they evidently have pull. These parents, wherever they are, they evidently have pull.
Well,
but
the one thing I will say about people who are judges and stuff like that, unless they have mastered the way of making everybody your friend, then somewhere she got an enemy trying to make sure she ain't a judge no more.
But it might take time. They might not be as close to the situation as it is. It might take time. But that's what I'm saying. We can't be stuck. Like if you want to keep up with it, that's my only thing. Like if you want to keep up with it, you want to know what's going on, but don't base your energy and where you are on the outcome of that. And see, for me, it's just I have to make it simple because I'm an emotional person. I carry that shit. And I'm not willing to do that because that's a burden, right? So for me, him, Mike Brown, Sandra Bland, any Black person that with life was taken out of this world unduly, any person that has been hit by racism, they go on my back like their ancestors are because they are steady doing our trotting and our sacrificing, and I have to be able to be okay, right? So for me, I can't be that invested because honestly, it don't matter whether they did it or not. It really doesn't, because at the end of the day, even if there's never any justice here, there's going to be an answering to, and I'm okay with that. And honestly, boy, can't nobody do you like karma do you. The demons from behind doing dirty to people and hurting people and sacrificing people and doing rituals and things like that or whatever they're doing, that stuff is going to come back. I'm a firm believer of that. I'm a firm believer that you get what you are aligned with. And if that is your behavior, then that is what you're going to get. That is what is going to be in your life. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but I can't stop breathing until, and I can't hold my breath until it happens. Because honestly, it hasn't happened yet. Even if they tell us a story and it might sound feasible, we still don't know if it's true. We'll never know what exactly happened. I really doubt that. Even if everybody says something, because let's say it's 10 different people, there's going to be 10 different perspectives of what happened. What happened leading up to the point, what happened during, what happened following, what happened when they got home, what's happened since then. That's 10 different people's perspective of how that shit went, right? Like we're not gonna really know. We're not gonna know. And that I don't know. I can't. You ever watch Unsolved Mysteries?
Yep.
Okay, so like that show used to be one of my favorite shows, right? And one day I was watching it. My mom was like, "How do you watch these shows? Because there's never any resolution. Like there's never really anybody getting caught or whatever, you know what I mean?" And I was just like, because in my mind, it's gonna get handled regardless. I don't know. I just feel like it's gonna get handled.
I mean, I feel what you're saying. The reason why I want it to get handled, and it gets handled in the way where either we can see it's bullshit or we find out the absolute truth, is because even if every white person ain't racist, it's some people out there that are, and I feel like they are at war with us. If you know what I'm saying, they are at war with us.
Mhm.
And the one thing about war is
You want to declare it.
no, you need to know how your enemy thinks.
Okay.
Because you see what I'm saying? It could be like a straight up honeypot situation where like they not going to just go out there and just do something to you. You know what I'm saying? They're going to use other people to leave. You know what I'm saying? To leave you there. Like
Right.
it may be to the point where our
Yeah.
kids may not even be safe enough to like stay after school. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you
Yeah.
can't go nowhere with them because they'll take you somewhere and leave you and let somebody else do something to you so that they got an alibi. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know how far is going. You know what I'm saying? They're willing to go to do these things.
That's which goes back to my point is that I've never feared the blatant racist, right? The one that's open with their shit. It's always the people that the racists that I'm like leery of is the ones that you don't know are racist. They'll invite you over to their house. Oh yeah, your kids go over to their house and play, and they go out on the boat with your kids and da 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 da. Them the ones. Yeah, that's always been a tool. Them ones. Because otherwise, how they gonna get so close?
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna figure out your weaknesses.
And our children are definitely one. Do you hear me? Those are definitely one.
Because
Well,
like even though we assume that everybody out there was young, it could have been some adults out there.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking
Hmm.
straight Mississippi rednecks could have been out there.
Yeah, we don't know.
Right. Because
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure out of every white person out there, even if a lot of them won't racist, Mississippi too damn racist for none of them to be racist. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and my part is a lot of some of them probably weren't racist, but not being a racist and being able to stand up for someone black is two different things.
But what I'm saying
Even
is,
if you're not a racist, are you going to stand up
what I'm saying is
against,
though,
you
you gotta
know?
know it. You gotta know what's happening. You
Right.
see what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, even if they do, that's an unformidable situation.
But see
You know what I
that's my
mean?
thing. I think it was done in a way where a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, like don't
Like
know
they
what's
really
happening.
didn't know what was happening.
Right. Like, and when you ask them, you're not going to really find nothing because of the way that it was done.
Hmm.
You will get a whole bunch of dead ends because I think the ultimate goal was to leave him out there.
Yeah,
And once he was left alone without his phone,
there's a wrap after that.
yeah,
There's a wrap after that because literally anything can happen.
right. And
And
think
now,
about it.
who is
And everybody
responsible?
and everybody he probably really did fuck with who might would have later on had a guilty conscience and confessed, they're all gone. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why because they young, man. Like it would be really, really hard to not talk to some of these guys and not see, you know what I'm saying? Like you might could tell that, okay, so like one of them guys, he was talking to this man about what happened. And he explained it like the boat was messed up. So eventually it came to a point where they had to go and Dolan chose to stay because of this girl. You see what I'm saying? So like his excuse was we couldn't afford to keep waiting for him. And he was hung up with this girl, so we decided to leave.
So he was the one feeling privileged. Come
His
on.
excuse was excuse was the boat. You see what I'm saying? Like it's convenient. You know what I mean? Like y'all
Yeah.
rich, y'all probably could have got somebody to come get y'all on another boat. Why didn't y'all stay with him? You know what I'm saying?
Why didn't y'all tell his ass to come the fuck home? We come together, we leave together. You
I
gonna tell
tell
me
you,
he gonna live there with no phone? I just don't believe that. He doesn't have a
I'm,
phone.
that's why I'm saying he was. The story that I'm trying, the picture they're trying to paint is the girl had his attention, and see, and I already can see how it can be spent. He's a young man, and the girl, you know what I'm saying? He probably was so focused on the girl that he really won't even thinking about his phone. You know what I'm saying? and his friends, they had to leave because the boat was already giving them issues.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody knows what happened. You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather
It's crazy.
I don't know. I think I'd rather not know than to know all the bullshit, right? Because it's just like, y'all believe this? Like, I can't, in my right mind, even my crazy mind say, bitch, this don't make no sense. So I mean, I can't. I literally I can't do it. I can't make sense of it. But I do know. Um
Yeah, I just want to know three things. Either we gonna get justice. It's gonna be some bullshit, and we gonna riot. But eventually, we're gonna calm the fuck down, or it's gonna be bad enough that we gonna do some shit that it ain't gonna be no turning back from. Because I'm just saying, man.
One thing I feel in my heart is that the true definition of insanity comes up when I think about us in these situations, right? And doing the same thing and expecting a different result
Right.
is the definition of insanity. And
that's why I was saying I'm glad nobody is like acting out right at this moment. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who want to. It may be these little small, you know what I'm saying, altercations or whatever, but like for the most part, it ain't turning into this big thing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and then with like all the Epstein stuff, like, bro, I wouldn't have went to no daggone island. Period. Cause that would have been the first thing I thought about. Somewhere where something can go down and people can get away with it for the longest. And as long as we don't send no emails, then we probably can get away with it because ain't that how they messed up? They found all the emails and stuff.
I found all the emails, all the proof.
Yeah. So all we gotta do is just word of mouth this shit.
And and that's the thing too. It's just that we just need to understand.
Right.
And history doesn't have to repeat itself. And understand that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Right. Because I doubt all them boys is solid like that. It's got one of them got to be.
Good point. You made a good point though. Okay, you made a good point that they probably left because they aren't all solid.
Right,
but and leaving. Right? Even in leaving, they might not know what happened. They know they did something ill-intended.
Yeah, and they didn't tell the weak one because he'll be weak enough to break and tell it or slip up and make a mistake.
No, the weak one is gonna come. Well, they was doing some hush shit, and I don't know what they was talking about, but they was plotting. I know they was plotting because they was over there whispering. Wouldn't nobody tell me nothing? They gonna tell.
Not when you at a party. You could be over there talking to a girl. Nigga could be plotting destruction of the world behind your back, and you wouldn't even pay attention to it.
No, I'm talking about the weak one. I ain't talking that. There's somebody that knows everything.
It's probably the strongest one. It's probably the one that that's what I'm saying. But we can't let Tim find out or whatever, because I don't think that he'll be cool with this. But all y'all got to do is figure out a way to keep him from leaving with y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know. I get. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get this girl to do it.
Yeah, and it's probably the one that's his friend is probably the one that don't know what's going on.
Yep, the one. It might have been the one that actually took the phone with him because he was dumb enough to. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To carry it with him.
Yeah.
Thinking that he gonna come back later on and pick up his phone.
Yeah, because they told him, "Oh, he's coming. We're gonna come back later and get him. He gonna come with her. He gonna come with her," and left. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's just crazy, man.
It is. It is. But
it's starting to kind of remind me of like I ain't gonna say the whole OJ thing, but like just how some things seem cut and dry, but then it's like, well, why you can't prove it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said, yo, I'm just glad ain't nobody really rushing and everybody just trying to see what's gonna happen, because I think a lot of people trying to figure out like, yo, how did they pull it off?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what I'm saying? Like it was probably it probably was from adult or
They had some help,
yeah,
and
somebody.
they had some adult help, and their parents are very affluent people. So, to be honest, people are probably just waiting to see which one of them was involved.
Could tell you the truth, they could have just, well, I guess toxicology would have proved something different. Well, yeah, they could have just got him real drunk and pushed him over. It wouldn't have been no trauma. It wouldn't have been no struggle if he was drunk enough where you could just.
Mm-hmm.
You never know, man. He could have been out there talking to that girl, and she had a boyfriend or a dude out there liked her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. She could be in on it. She might have helped whoever did it do it.
She may have.
Like that's what I said, man. It's just crazy. It's so crazy that unless they got evidence, like hardcore evidence, this boy is it's just gonna be different, man. It's just gonna be different, and that's really what I want to see. I want to know who the suspects are.
Maybe I'll be calling Colombiana. Let's come handle that shit. Because what? Makes no sense. Because I already know, like, it's going to be some bullshit. It's going to be some bullshit. They might eventually give us what they believe is the truth. But the initial shit is going to be unbelievable type shit.
And see, and that's another crazy thing is, I mean, I know most teenagers, if their parents are tracking their phone, they friends would heard about that at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, man, my mom pull up me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just. I'm trying to think, but then you got some people who just don't think. So it could be possible that a motherfucker will just let sloppy. Or
and as a parent, why you ain't checking up on your kid?
Yeah, you're right.
Because okay, I got adult children. I have adult children. And I have a minor son who will go with them places. And I know they ain't gonna let nothing happen to him. But I'm still checking. It ain't gonna be no 2, 3, 4, 5 hours before I talk to my son again. I need to know what's going on. Where you at? I'm checking that location. Yep. He been at the same, because see, his phone died, but when she checks his location, it's gonna give her the last location where that phone was.
Right.
And it's gonna tell her his phone is off. We going over there. Because why the fuck is my baby here and the phone dead? Like, listen, I'm not trying to victim blame or anything. I really feel and would never want a parent to be in this spot. But at some point, we got to take some kind of accountability. Fuck, you gonna trust your baby in the hands of another motherfucker? Like, why?
Right.
Why are we trust, man? I got family. My kids can't go with nobody, and I'm not checking them.
And on top of that, like I wouldn't have if he told me he was going to an island on a boat and he can't swim. I'm like, yo, well, you can't go.
I would have been like,
because you don't even know how to swim.
What the fuck are you going with?
You don't even know how to swim.
What the fuck? You don't got a floaty or a life jacket, bitch. You can't go nowhere.
You can't even save yourself.
And I don't trust nobody else to save you. So no.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely feel like the parents were in La La Land.
Yeah, because they were privileged enough to be surrounded in another area where they're pretty much financially secure and in a middle class, upper class tax bracket, and y'all were given a false security. You were given false security. You gave yourself false security. That's what you did, because y'all know better than this shit here.
I remember talking to one of my professors about this, but I mean, he was just talking about why he didn't want white people to adopt black kids. And I said, you know what's worse than that is if they get adopted by black people who got so much money that they become unassociated with the black struggle.
And the black community.
Yep, because they no longer even recognize the dangers that even exist in this world.
They don't even recognize themselves.
Nah.
So, and that's crazy.
And it's like they didn't even know the parents like that. Like this, I don't know.
Okay, so I'm trying to make it make sense, because maybe I'm just overprotective, because my baby's never been to no sleepover. I don't know your people. I don't know what they do in the middle of the night. Okay. I tell my kids quick, you don't know who bedroom getting snuck in. You're not going nowhere.
And I'm definitely going to try to figure out who they is. And if I don't know exactly who they is, if I know somebody, I'm gonna ask them, like, yo, do you know them? You know what I'm saying? Like, like I don't know. It just seemed like, I guess maybe because one of them parents is a judge that they automatically assume.
Means nothing to me.
There was a high level of responsibility.
Have we been blind, dumb, and deaf this whole year? Because the Epstein files, that's nothing but
high-ranking people doing.
Hello. So have we been absolutely stuck under a goddamn blame rock?
That's why I said
being a judge has nothing to do with anything.
That's why I said a lot of this stuff don't really like. I don't know. Like how do you not even have that in consideration? Oh, I'm going to an island, huh?
Now that I'm thinking about it,
I'm drinking. I'm about to go chill with my friends, huh? At an island.
Maybe they not cutting up. Maybe they're not cutting up because they was involved. Because what the fuck do you need? Maybe they not cutting up because they was involved. I don't know, because I'm just not understanding, as a mother, sending your black son with nothing but white people to the middle of the ocean with where our island is. You going to the lake in an island with people you don't even know.
From Mississippi.
From mother.
That's why I said, man, it's just like I be thinking a lot of different stuff. I be like, man, like it could be something crazy, like their parents didn't do something that somebody wanted them to do, and they thought payback was going to be them.
I would be watching these parents for financial gain.
Yep.
For promotion, for financial gain, for inheritance, I would be watching them so damn closely, because if that don't sound like a blood sacrifice to me, it does. It absolutely sounds like a blood sacrifice.
Either that or somebody was trying to, I mean, like it, that's why I said, man, it could be so many different things. I don't know, man.
When you sacrifice, when you do those blood sacrifices, you sacrifice things, you don't know what you're sacrificing.
Yep, and you don't
have any idea. You don't know how it's gonna come. You don't know what it's gonna be. But it don't make any sense. It really don't make any sense. That them people gonna come to you with your baby phone, and you see the last location, and you don't go try to find them. It don't make any sense.
Nah, they went to the place where the phone there, but I can't believe ain't nobody get locked up. Like what? My son missing, and you got his phone. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm expecting any parent to jump the gun.
Nah, no, everybody would have been singing Sweet Low, Sweet Cherry.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, to a certain degree, I expect somebody to jump the gun to the point where maybe they you know what I'm saying, they wild out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because of what's going on. But it's just saying, like, it's just, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's something going on behind the scenes. I don't know.
I mean, it would have to be. I ain't gonna say it gotta be, but all I'm saying is, now I don't trust the parents either. So there's that on that. I mean, it is what it is. You know, like it just doesn't make any sense.
Especially if they're from Mississippi now. The only pass I'm even allowing them to get if they move there within like maybe a year.
Bitch, I don't care. I don't care how long you lived in Mississippi or if you never lived in Mississippi. Every Black person knows there's a couple of places that we just gonna assume racism is at an all-time motherfucking high, and Mississippi is one of them.
I'm talking about to the point where they were under the impression because of where they're from, it wasn't to that extent that things had changed, so it was okay to move there. But like they've been there their whole life, like then they should already know, or the fact that they obviously don't deal with Black people there. Because I'm pretty sure if they deal with regular Black people there, at some point they have to have seen stuff on TV, stuff.
They don't think it. I'm gonna tell you, I know those kind of Black people, and they don't think that shit has anything to do with them. If they work hard and they don't think that shit has anything to do with them. That's why they have money. That's why their children, and they fight to get their children in these white spaces. They love that shit because it provides them with status. But it still doesn't make sense. Knowing or not, like.
Yeah, they had to be from there because the boys keep saying they knew each other ever since elementary school. So how the hell don't you know these people? I mean, you've been there for at least 15 some years.
Yeah.
In 15 years.
The parents sound suspect too. And that's all I'm saying, okay, in the words of my grandmother, mess with mine, it's gonna be some slow singing and fly bringing. I promise you that. Let my babies leave with you and everybody come home but my baby. And we're gonna be some sad motherfucking parents out this bitch.
Man,
do you hear me?
You can't be my kid's best friend and my kid lives in the house with me and I not ever meet your parents.
Oh, y'all can be best friends if you want to, but you ain't going nowhere.
Really know you. Or not really
you can be best friends.
But hold on, but think about it. It had to be events.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You're not going nowhere. You're not going nowhere with them. Because why don't I know who these people are?
Right. And even if I don't reach out to them, why didn't they never reach out to me? Because their kid is also going with you.
Because here I'm going. Let your child talk. Hey, I'm calling your mama right now. What you talking about? You ain't getting on this boat. I'm calling your mama. Hey, Hey, yeah, I'm over here with him. So he just told me he gonna be here with this little fast ass little girl, and I told him to get his ass on this boat, and he said no. I said I'm gonna call his mama. That's what I said. Where are the parents? Bitch? This doesn't make any sense.
That's what I said. Some of this stuff just don't really make sense, man.
People are lying. It doesn't make any sense, and the parents are lying too. They're lying too. You got a 15-year-old and you don't check their location.
Oh no, he was adult. I think he was 18 years old.
That ain't
what I'm saying. But for as long as relationship that he had with that boy, for them to act like they don't really know their parents like that, that's crazy. Since they've been friends since they were kids, and you don't know their parents like that.
Yeah.
To the point where that boy got home and Nolan wasn't with them. Nobody called him and said, "Hey, Nolan didn't come home with such and such." Y'all might want to go out there and see what's going on.
Let me tell you something.
Because even if the boys didn't do nothing, the parents should have been like, "Well, okay, why is his car still here?" Because his car is parked at somebody else's house. So that means they came back without him, and his car was still there.
It couldn't be me. That's all I'm saying. It couldn't be me. And my child couldn't have been the one that left one of them, because that's a rule. You go together, you leave together. There's no separating. Right. What are you talking about? Ain't no side missions.
And if that's my friend, if they stand like, well, bro, okay, man, check it, dog. I'm gonna stay here with you. Y'all go ahead. We'll find a way back.
We about to camp out right here, nigga.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna just leave you there by yourself, because
we don't know
what can happen. Ho or the rest of the people that was out there.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, anything can happen.
What?
Yeah, anything can happen. I said, man, is
I'm
weird,
glad my kids got sense. Because I clip. I don't know what y'all doing with these children, but y'all need to teach them some damn sense. You go together, you leave together. And why don't y'all know these children's people? How y'all? My babies can't go over their house. No, you can't go. I don't know who they are. You can't go. You cannot go.
I'm supposed to at least know you to the point where you supposed to call me if my son don't come home with your son.
Right. And I don't want my child being around people that are not going to call me when he's in trouble.
Right.
What kind of fucking sense does that make?
Or they don't even care what's going on. Like, oh, y'all back. And you're not going to say, okay, well, where's such and such? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did you guys have fun? Did y'all have fun? Yeah, Nolan stayed behind with a girl. He did what?
No. What?
Hold on. Did you tell his mom? You know what I'm saying? Or call his mom right now and tell her what he did so that she knows where he's at.
But I got his phone.
Yeah. Exactly. But what's his mom? You know what I'm saying? Like,
bitch, I'm finna catch a charge. I'm finna catch a charge. Do you hear me? I'm fixing to catch a charge.
It's a lot of things.
Came to my house, and I've been like, y'all need to go ahead and call the law.
It's a lot of things that an average person, I think, would have did that just didn't get done.
Go on and call the law. Go ahead. Go ahead and call the law. Go on, call the law. I'm fit to go to fuck to jail. Go on and call the law. None of that makes sense.
I know.
Nope. I hope they find out what happened to him.
I hope they get the person responsible or people responsible. And they get the motive. I hope they get everything associated with what happened.
Oh, yeah. I hope whoever is responsible gets what they deserve.
Yeah. Cause like that's what I was doing before I got on, man. I was just looking. So I was trying to figure out, trying to find some sensible way to try to make some understanding out of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know somewhere the parents called him. Let me keep searching through this. No, they had to find my phone. And then they said it was people at the house when they got there. So it won't like the boy was sitting there and his parents were out of town. I don't know, man.
You know.
I heard something different. Like he did come back with him. And
no, he definitely did.
No, I'm saying something happened to him there, but his body got found out there.
Well, I don't, you know, and the thing is, I don't need details to know that something foul fucking happened here, because this shit stinks. Like, it stinks. There's foul play. Now the only thing is who did it and what the fuck did they do. But this stinks. Like, it literally looks like everyone surrounding this situation is involved. Even
right,
the parents.
That's why I said I hope that everything comes to light. Like, I don't want nothing not, you know what I'm saying? I want every stone unturned or turned. Like, not just figuring out, oh, this person did it and then they go, but the rest of the people, you know what I'm saying, get away with it. I want everybody involved to be discovered and exposed.
Yeah. Well, I hope you got that off your chest and you feel a little bit better.
No, I don't. Actually, when I get off, I'm just gonna keep.
Shit.
No, I mean, because like I told you, man. Like I ain't gonna say I like, but I try to. I mean, I'm kind of like a detective. I mean, it's okay to find a person that did it, but it's also important to figure out the motive.
The motive, what I'm saying? Why?
And yeah, because the motive, right? The motive tells you whether or not it could have been jealousy, which could be not justifiable for murder, but understood that people get jealous and the fact that he's black. But if it's some crazy ritual type stuff, like we really need
like, is it a piece? Is it a person thing, or is it a piece of a whole thing? Like,
right?
Yeah, you need to, yeah.
Because if it's total corruption thing, it needs to be discussed. You know what I'm saying? It needs to come out. So that's why I said, man, depending on how this evidence come out,
because it does sound a little like a little symbolism, doesn't it? A miner on an island and something happened to him. It does sound like there's a little correlation there. Maybe somebody acting out some fantasy. Who knows?
Right, I was trying to figure out how the whole girl part come in. You know what I'm saying? If something happened to him when it was on, you know what I'm saying, on the boat. Like that's why I was like, yo, like, where the
girl people was at?
I don't know, but this is just what I heard. It was somebody posted, I think it was like her mom or something, that said her aunt and her uncle went and picked her up. That's what I'm saying. Like, she didn't leave with friends. Somebody picked her up in her family. Mm-hmm. So it'll be easy to say, yo, you can't ride with us.
So why didn't they say that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I said, man, I don't know, man. It just kind of seemed like it was well orchestrated.
And if I go get my daughter and she over there cake baking it with a young man, and she tell me, oh, he don't have his phone or whatever, the least I can do is make sure you call somebody. Call your mama. Because what the hell is you doing out here with no phone and you don't got no people out here? You ain't with the people that you came with.
It depends on who they are.
Exactly. But I'm just saying that's my point. My point is everybody in this fucking situation seems shady.
Right. I did.
including his parents.
I told you, kind of like how OJ played out. Like you thought the cops were good, but you realized they were the same. They took the boots back to where Rodney King got beat. They took the boots home. Like who would do that? You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird stuff that normally people doing stuff to a certain level of intelligence just don't seem like they would do.
We don't, yeah.
They intentionally did it.
Yeah, some people be crazy as hell. They just be mentally ill. But yeah, this just seems like it's not really, because just think about it. In a course of events, right? For these events to happen like this, that's a lot of coincidences. Don't you think? For them to coincide and kind of like, oh, it's together, but it's like missed just enough to where it doesn't really align with the next happening of the situation. So these people involved here don't really know what happened here, and these people here don't really know what happened before or after. Like this is like a lot of hit and misses. Like come on now, even a dead clock strike twice. Okay,
right.
Like this is a lot of events that really just touched each other like that, and
I seen him, but he went around the corner. I don't know what happened when he went around the corner, but I did see him.
Showed up, but they was gone already.
Yeah,
I called, but his phone was dead.
Mm-hmm.
I checked his location, but the phone was off.
I wanted to call him, but he left his phone on the boat.
But I had his phone.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I wanted to tell his parents. I wanted to tell his parents that he stayed behind, but I didn't want to get him in trouble, so I just held onto his phone until he got back.
Right.
Because
man, this is crazy.
A friend is trying to hide something, help you hide something, would probably do that for you.
I was at work.
Like if I take the phone to his mom, she's gonna know he didn't come back with me. I don't want to get him in trouble, so his phone will be here when he get here. Well, I said, man, it just seemed like everybody
tripping, bro.
Yeah, they can say just enough, but not enough.
Yeah. Well, this has been like a very large conversation, and I'm very upset with you now.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm not really happy with you at this point.
Why?
Because why would you do this? Now I'm feeling like Nancy Grace.
Well, what I would want you to, because the more people who think outside of the box and not just focus on, oh, he left with them white boys, and like if you focus on that with the way things are lining up, if it's some power play and that's what everybody focus on, it's a chance that the person or however what happened may not get discovered. You know what I'm saying? It may be things that aren't really being looked into. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just think about it. How many times dudes get set up by females? Quite often. Even the dude that dudes can never line up on their own.
Yeah.
If they do get them, it's normally through a female.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that there's not foul play. I know there was foul play. I'm saying in my spirit, the foul play, I knew it, and I don't need proof to know it. Like, I know that's what it is. In my heart of hearts, I know that's foul play. Now, who did it, how they did it, what they did it, I don't know none of that shit. But I know that it's wrong. And I know that there was some ill intentions here. This wasn't no accident. This was ill intended. It was ill. It was planned. And it was meticulously covered up. Whether the actual act went the way they wanted it to, they damn sure covered it up and are still covering it up. It's cool. What's for dinner?
Oh, you asking me?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. I'm planning on
Huh?
I probably end up getting some pizza.
Ew.
I know, but I done washed all the dishes up.
Oh, I know you ain't about to cook. I know how that go.
Yeah, I ain't about to mess nothing up.
I've been cooking the last couple of days. I made some dang on McGriddle muffins with some
Mhm.
breakfast sausage and cheese and pancake mix put in the muffin thing.
So that sounds good.
I'm about to go eat that. I'm about to go try that out. And then I made I don't know, what did I make? I don't remember. But I cooked yesterday too. What did I make yesterday? I don't remember. I've been cooking. I don't remember what I cooked. Oh my God.
But yeah, I'm about to go ahead and get off. But like I'm just saying, man, it's so
Found out.
it's huh?
Let me know what you found out
Find out about what?
about this situation.
Nah, your ears are your ears and brain process is different than mine. See, you may catch something that I don't catch. See, think about it. But
I'm
the
finna Google the location and looking on Google Earth
because
at the location.
a lot of people are. I hate to say this, but a lot of people are going to think automatically one way. You know what I'm saying? You know, like what the magician say, you never let you show them one thing with this hand,
Oh yeah.
but you're doing something with the other hand. You know what
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, slide of the wrist.
I mean? Yep.
Yeah. Where did this happen?
I don't forgot the name of the damn island. All you gotta do is type in Nolan Wells.
I'm about to.
But yeah, man. Like, I don't know. We might find out that it's a whole cult and they got a secret underground website where they be plotting stuff like this. Like, you already told me. You already told me it was one where men were talking about raping people.
Mm-hmm.
So if that exists, then you know that gonna will. It's a possibility that one could exist where people make plans on doing stuff like this. It could be a whole thing that's organized where it's a lot of different people doing it. Planning to do stuff and all that type of stuff, man. You never really know.
Independent autopsy was inconclusive on cause of death.
Yeah, that's because all his organs were already taken out.
It's crazy work.
Yep. And I tell them parents, like, yo, I'm gonna need to see them organs in a bag. Every piece of them.
Horn Island. Horn Island Beach, Mississippi. You got me fucked up. I wouldn't go to this motherfucker for nothing. Yo, what y'all just be doing? Stupid stuff.
That's what I'm saying. For all we know, that could have been somewhere where a lot of slave black people then got killed there.
Bruh, this is off the Gulf of Mississippi. This ain't even, it's not even near the land. Like it is off. Like it is off. We'll talk about this offline.
All right. Well, all right, everybody. We're about to get off. We appreciate you joining us. Once again, just like and subscribe. We wish y'all a good night.
Night night.